I would like to talk about freeing up your self-tapes. Do you sometimes get blocked when approaching your self-tape auditions? In this video, I will discuss the number one block that many actors face when doing their self-tape auditions and provide 6 tips about how to free yourself. Self-tapes have become the new normal in the audition world. For many actors, they are now the first impression, the callback, and sometimes even the final decision maker. That puts a lot of weight on a format that on the surface seems deceptively simple. Set up a camera, do the scene, hit send. But the truth is, many actors find themselves getting stuck with their self-tapes, and it's costing them opportunities. Let's break it down. Here's the number one block: performing instead of living. The biggest issue casting directors see over and over again is this: actors shift into presentation mode in their self-tapes instead of prioritizing truthful, connected behavior. In other words, instead of experiencing the scene, they start demonstrating it. You've probably seen or done some version of this. Being overly concerned about how you're going to say your lines. Chasing emotions out of concern about what is actually registering on camera. Constantly checking the frame, or just in general uneasy about how you look. Or playing to an idea of the character rather than taking the time to really engage with your craft and defining the relationship. The quote-unquote presentation mode can sometimes be subtle, but it's always deadly. Why? Because casting isn't looking for someone who can present the idea of the scene. They're looking for an actor who can embody it. So why does this block happen? This particular block often comes out of a feeling of pressure, not a lack of ability. Here's the thing. Self-tapes create a strange psychological environment. You're alone. There's no immediate feedback, and it's difficult to be objective. Then, on top of it all, many times as the actor, you forget to take your director hat off, and you might be just trying to optimize your performance. So you start thinking, is this interesting enough? Am I showing enough? Or will I stand out? As a result of this, your focus shifts away from being immersed in the truth of the scene to chasing the result. And right away, your sense of authenticity evaporates. Let's start with what casting directors are looking for. Many actors forget this part. Casting directors are not grading your performance. They are trying to imagine you in the role. They're asking themselves things like, do I believe this person? Are they grounded and specific? Can they listen and respond naturally? And would they fit into the world of this project? So the major fix for this block is to live, not show. Here are 6 tips that will help you achieve that. Number 1, put your attention where it belongs. Instead of focusing on how you sound, how you look, whether or not it's working, instead shift your attention fully to the imaginary environment, your scene partner, and or your personalization. Connect to what you need from them and be open to how they are affecting you. Acting lives in the exchange of human energy, not the display. Even though you're in a self-tape, remember, you as the character are not alone. You are the character in a particular relationship. Number 2, put your actor hat on and paint the frame. Many actors get self-conscious because they rush through this process. It's especially difficult when you're setting up the equipment, focusing your lights, hanging your background, and framing the shot. Now it's time to pivot from being the director, the DP, and the grip to being the actor. Before you start rolling, create the imaginary world and your relationships around the camera lens. You always have two sides of the camera to work with. Camera left, camera right. Use the material to guide you. There is no right or wrong here, just your own creativity and commitment. The fun part about it is so much can be accomplished if you creatively paint your frame. The crucial thing is not to have vague eye lines. Make your decisions, make them clear and concise. Even if you have to put a piece of tape where you want your eye line, make the decisions and stick to them. Number 3, stop watching yourself between takes. This is a big one. It's fine to review your takes occasionally for technical purposes, but constantly analyzing your performance leads to overthinking, second guessing your instincts, and freaking out. Instead, do a take. Adjust based on how it feels, not on how you look, and move forward. Trust your gut. If you're truly in the work, you may actually see the character in his or her world as you watch your playback. Number 4, lower the volume emotionally and physically. Here's what I mean by that. When actors try to make something happen, they often push either their emotions or intensity. They also may add unnecessary, in other words, arbitrary movement. Another symptom of trying to make something happen is they overemphasize, or another way of putting it is hanging on to their lines. So try this instead. Surrender your tension into the world of the character. Slow down and breathe. Let moments land naturally. And also allow for silence and stillness. The thing about it is, the camera loves breathing and thinking. Pushing only psychologically pushes the audience away. What you want to do instead is allow the audience to come to you through your relaxation and your ease. Number 5, know what you need. If your performance feels vague, it's usually because your intention is vague. So ask yourself, what do I need from the other person? Why does it matter right now? And what happens if I don't get it? When your objective is clear, your behavior automatically becomes specific. And specificity opens you up to the truth. Number 6, self-tapes are an opportunity to work, not a test. This mental shift can change everything. The inner critic has a field day when we feel like we're being graded in any type of audition. The real challenge is how we organize our mindset and our overall approach to the opportunity. When you can honestly remind yourself that you're going to work rather than taping an audition, notice how that simple shift transforms your whole attitude. Here is a simple self-tape checklist. Before you hit record, ground yourself in the following. I know what I need in the scene. I know the immediate previous circumstances. I'm focused on the relationship, not myself. I'm allowing things to happen, not forcing them. I'm open to surprise. And I trust that less is more. In conclusion, the actors that succeed in their auditions are not the ones who push the hardest. They're the ones who live, create, and feel the most real. Achieving reality comes from concentration, presence, and trust. So, on your next self-taping adventure, remember, you don't need to show them how good you are. You just need to do your work, create, let go, and let the audience come to you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Click on the description below for links to our website and to learn more about the new Collective Acting Studio and our private coaching membership. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.